All right, good morning, everybody. Needs more drums here, back in Court Farms in our 1,000 Cows series. Hope y'all had a great holiday season. I know I did. Took some time off of YouTube and of work, just to spend some time with family, rehearse with the band. I had a little New Year's Eve show, and I hope everybody's 2024 is starting off really, really well. And yeah, thanks again for the support. It's been a great year for the channel. I've really enjoyed doing this, and this new series and City Skylines. It's just been fantastic. So y'all are awesome, and thanks for checking in again for this very, very fun video that I got going on today. So the moment we have all been waiting for, the cows are all here. We do have 1,000 cows on the farm. I have some access capacity in the barns for, I plan a little bit extra space, provided that the cows will reproduce and everything. So, I want to have some space for them so they're not overcrowded. But yeah, we got, this barn full of some dairy cows, and I'll give you an overview in a minute of some of the other ones, but some additional updates. We invested in some tools for the Ford. We have a new front loader, got a new weight on the back. This is going to be kind of our little workhorse on the farm, for the front loader pulling the trailer. And I even bought this silage fork. It's not just a silage fork, but it works well with kind of some of the bulkier items like manure and silage and kind of loose straw and things like that, which is going to come in a lot of handy because we'll probably have some manure from the cows. And then we also have this huge bunker silo that we're going to start getting into today to make the TMR. So a couple of things, do some housekeeping. We got a lot of straw, we got a lot of hay, we got tons of silage. And I think what I want to do is I want to use the straw for manure because apparently that's the most profitable way to use your straw, aside from maybe using it as a filler for TMR. But apparently you don't need to use straw in TMR. We're going to test that out today. I have no idea because I've never raised cows before. So apparently, you can get away with just hay and silage in your TMR. And the straw is purely just a filler, so you don't have to use as much hay and silage. But we have an abundance of silage. Figured, why not just use the straw and make some manure, even though we don't have any manure equipment. So we'll have to invest in that. We'll have to invest in some slurry equipment. We'll have to invest in a way to transport our milk from our cows, and we'll also have to invest in some snow clearing equipment. So if we look at the weather real quick here, we are expecting snow the rest of the winter, except for today, which is cloudy. So yeah, we're definitely going to need, some kind of plow or a snow blower or something, to get us through the winter, even if we just lease it. But I think we might buy some because, that'll come in handy. But yeah, we're definitely going to need to start looking into that. And, in addition to all that other equipment. But some other updates on the farm. We got all of our fields fertilized with this, great piece of equipment that I've used since FS19. Just a great, efficient way to fertilize our fields. Speaking of which, we do have 2 fields planted. We have our oat, and then I believe this is wheat. Yeah, so there's our wheat field, and then we're saving 57 and 58 for corn in the spring. So we're going to have a huge silage production from corn, a large, amount of chaff for that. And I think I might even, field 58, I might even just wait to harvest the corn and just sell the corn, as is. So instead of using it for silage, because we'll probably fill that bunker with 57. And if not, then we'll go to 58. But, cross that bridge when we get there. We still have a whole bunker full of silage right now that I'm going to uncover and start making some TMR. Yeah, just to give you guys a little overview of the cows. As you'll remember, we do have the home farm barn, and then we have these additional cow barns. We have 4 of these around the farm, and then this one big one, I think this one holds like 300. And again, not all of these are filled to capacity because I did leave some room for some new cows that'll probably be coming in the next year or two, through natural reproduction. But just to go over kind of our breeds, we have a lot of heifers, a lot of calves, not too many full adult cows except for the dairy cows. So in terms of breeds, we have this, I'm going to call them limousines because I don't know how to pronounce that. But this is, one breed of beef cattle, and the Angus beef cattle as well. So these will purely be just bred for profit. And then we have the other 2 breeds, the Holstein and the Brown Swiss, and these are purely dairy cows. So these are predominantly female. I've done that, as I think you would expect if you had a dairy farm. You'd mainly want female cows and then just the bulls there to kind of reproduce. because the female cows are the only ones that make milk, which is the whole purpose of having a dairy cow in the first place. So we got a lot of females, and then the other cattle breeds are kind of a mix between the two. A lot of calves, some of the heifers, but not too many. So we shall see kind of how this works. I did want to use all the breeds just for the fun of it, since again, I've never raised cows before. It'll be fun to kind of have the challenge of both of these and see, which ones, if any, are, the most, are more lucrative than any of the other ones. But yeah, we do have 1,000. I did the math. I kind of checked. Well, I didn't kind of check. I definitely checked like twice. So yeah, we should have all of the 1,000 cows. But we're going to go ahead, get them fed with some TMR, and see what happens. So let's get started with our, just uncover this bunker silo, and we'll see if we can get the ratio right with just hay and straw. And if we do get TMR, that will be awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so it looks like we do have TMR just from the hay and the silage, so that does work. Straws, would just be a filler. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and put a little bit more in here since this is not filled up. So right now the ratio is kind of 3-to-1. So we'll see if that sticks, or if we're gonna need to add, maybe another hay bale or so. Let's get this filled up and kind of see how much of everything we actually need to get this trailer full, because I don't want to waste any space in this trailer, since we do have tons of cows to feed. And I actually did notice when I was looking at the menu a little while ago to show you guys that we did have 1,000 cows. It looks like we might have lost a couple already. I don't know. I had, my numbers used to be very nicely even with 50s and 10s and 100s, but it looked like, instead of 50, I had like 48 or something. So we may have already lost a couple cows because I don't have any TMR in the pens. So even though I've only had them for about 3 hours. Yeah, we got to get moving on this before we lose any more. But I'm not too worried, because we will have many more cows in the near future. Let's go ahead and get this filled up, get our feed going, and then we'll make them happy. So it looks like that's going to give us a pretty good mixture for now. We could probably use another thing of silage in here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do that just to fill up this a little bit more. But overall, it seems like it's 2 bales of hay and then just the rest with silage. So won't be too bad. Pretty easy, recipe to remember, since we're working with, just loose silage at the moment. Which I know this is not the most time efficient way of dealing with this. These buckets are way smaller than, just dropping a bale in there. But it is what it is. I'm just trying to get through this a little bit for now, and then we'll, use some bales later. But, yep, all good. No worries. Might even just put one more scoop in here just to be safe. Since ratio is looking a little bit light on the silage and we have some room in the trailer left. Might as well use it while we got it. Alright, so there we go. That's a little bit better. Let's go ahead and drop this off for the first round feeding these cows. See how quickly they go through this food. I'm anticipating that it's going to be pretty quick, but we're going to see. So, check it out. Oh, so it looks like that one load of food barely made a dent in the overall capacity of the barn. So we're going to have to do a lot of feeding here. This is going to take me quite a bit of time to get all these cows fed, and daylight is running out, so I do want to get at least one load in each of the barns, and then we'll go from there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get to it. There's a lot of work to do to get the cows all fed, and hopefully we won't lose any more in the process. So yep, I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Let's keep moving on with this. All right, so it's taken us about an hour and a half in game time just to get one load of TMR in the trailer using the silage heap and the bunker silo. So I think just in the interest of time, I'm going to use bales just for now so that we can, you know, at least get one round of food in all the barns, and then once we get done, you know, with these first, I think 6, yeah, I want to say 6, well, probably like 4 left, but the rest of these, you know, once we get done with this first round of feeding, then I'll switch to the bunker silo once I have the time to kind of sit there and, you know, mess with it once I know that all the cows have some food. But for now, it's just taking a little bit too long to get, you know, all of these loads of silage in there. So we're just gonna be real fast here with the telehandler. I mean, this thing just, you know, picks up bales like nobody's business. We could easily just drive right up here, drop this, well, if I don't crash into it, but drop this in, and then it'll start working its magic pretty soon. And then I think we're just going to go and drive right up here, grab one of these, couple of these silage bales, and I don't know the ratio with the bales yet, but I'm guessing it's going to be 3 to 2. So we'll see here in a second if that's actually true, but I think we should be okay with just using the bales. I mean, look at how much quicker this is. That's what I'm talking about. Very, very efficient compared to, you know, making like 8 trips with that bucket. But when we got the time, we'll you know, use that because I do want to get through that bunker silo. But I think in the future I might even consider maybe investing in the I think it's pronounced Gavil, that DLC with the balers in it. I know there's some static balers in there that will make it really, really easy to process any kind of loose chaff into silage bales. So that way we could still use, you know, the corn as some for our chaff, but then we can actually bale it on the spot and then load those bales and stack them up. And I might even just, you know, consider wrapping them and stacking them up right there in that bunker silo. So we'll see, you know, in the future if that's something worth getting, because it might save us a ton of time rather than trying to mess with this bunker silo. So just you know, food for thought, but we still have a while to go before we even, you know, see if that's even feasible. And I'm just making a huge mess of the bales in there, but it's fine. So this is what I'm afraid of. I don't know if I'll be able to get a third bale in here, but we're going to try it just to see. I might be a little bit over, and if that's the case, then I'm going to be very, very upset. But I think we might be just perfect, it looks like. Oh, that's awesome. All right, sweet. Yeah, so that's actually 4 to 2 with the silage without using the straw as a filler. But that took us, what, 10 minutes compared to the hour and a half that it just took. Man, yeah, we're definitely gonna do this instead for this first round here, because then at least we'll be able to get all the cows some food in the first day, and then we'll top off the all of the barns with some food in a little bit. I don't know if I've already said this or not, but the question of whether or not we need water, I don't think that we do, just because there's no triggers for water in any of the barns, nor do they have any, you know, when you look at the level of things in them, like manure and food and stuff, there's no line item for water. And I did do some reading up on this, and it does seem that the bigger barns don't usually require water. It's more for the smaller barns. So we'll see if that is the case, if these cows reach 100% health without having to give them water. If they do need water, then I'm a little afraid, because the home farm barn didn't seem to have a water trigger anywhere around it. I kind of did a little testing and drove around with a water trailer before this before I recorded this video, and as I crashed into the hedge there. But yeah, so we'll see about that. You know, if we need that or not a little bit down the road. But at the very least, you know, we got to get some TMR in these barns. So I'm gonna go ahead and just finish this up. Nothing else to really talk about right now. Just gonna do the first pass, and then I will check in with you guys in a little bit. So sit back and relax and enjoy this montage of me driving back and forth to these barns. All right, guys, we're just stopping to fill up the tractor after a long day of work. It's about 9:30 at night. We've been working all day just trying to feed these cows. And man, I gotta tell you, I'm optimistic. You know, this is fun. This is interesting. I'm glad that we're doing this, but I think it might be a little bit tough to get this going at the scale that we need to. I mean, these cows have just been, you know, eating up this TMR like crazy. I left my lights on here. Gotta get rid of that. There we go. But yeah, just for reference, you know, this barn was completely full when we started with silage bales. We've gone through about half of those. We've gone through a little bit of hay. We've gone through some hay bales that were in this barn. We almost went through that whole first row. We've gone through a little bit of silage in here, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually not even consider it. I know that I'm going to invest in a wheel loader pretty soon, because I have this, you know, they have some buckets available for that hold, you know, 8,000 liters of silage or whatever, you know, compared to the 1500 liter capacity of this little bucket. So the less trips we can make to and from the trailer, you know, the better. We can get these cows fed quickly. So what I've done though is I've actually gone through, and I'll just pop up the menu here so we can see. Yeah, you know, we've gone through and kind of filled up all of the cow barns. So at the very least, you know, I'm really curious how much food they're going to eat tonight. I mean, this is actually ridiculous how much food they've eaten just today, especially this large barn. I'm very, very concerned if, you know, tomorrow we're going to have to make multiple trips. It'd be nice if we can get it, you know, I just, on the first, since it's the first day, I wanted to kind of fill them to capacity, but it would be nice if every day going forward, if we only have to do one round of feeding, you know, but I am concerned about how much TMR they're actually going to eat. And, you know, keep in mind, I know we still have this whole shed full of bales here, and we got quite a few bales in here. Just if we peek around the corner, you know, we got all of those. We have all of this straw that we could use as filler as well. We still have quite a bit of hay, but, you know, we'll probably have to resort to buying some resources eventually. And, you know, I'm just hoping that this even lasts us through the next couple of months, given how much they ate today. But there's, I don't know. I feel like there's no way they're going to go through all of their food in just overnight. So I don't know. We'll see though. But you know, it's interesting. But yeah, the money has been coming out slowly from the water consumption. It is automatic, so I've been losing, you know, a couple $1,000s in water already just today. And speaking of losing things, we've also lost quite a few cows. I actually want to do some math real quick and kind of figure out how many cows we have at the end of our first day, which is disappointing to say the least. But you know, live and learn. I should have probably filled the barns with some TMR before I bought the cows, but you know, nevertheless, we're gonna be able to they're gonna be reproducing pretty soon here, and so we'll have plenty of cows in the future. But you know, still kind of sucks nonetheless. But yeah, before we end the day here, I just want to do some quick math and kind of figure out where we're at.
A few moments later.
So yikes, we are down to 902 of our 1,000 cows that we started with. So not a great start, but it's okay. We'll bounce back from that. And I really do think it's because of the lack of food in the first few hours of the day. But now, yeah, you can see these guys are up to 100% health in this barn. This is awesome. Same with these guys are getting pretty close, and they're all creeping their way up there. But yeah, at least you know we have some production happening. Finally, we got quite a substantial amount of slurry in the first day. I gotta really think about purchasing or at least leasing a slurry tanker so we could start, you know, selling some of that since we don't really need it for fertilizer right now. Yeah, I mean, we already have some milk production as well. I mean, things are looking up. I must say, it just really depends on the food. And I mean, these guys already just gone through like, man, this is just like 90,000 liters. I mean, this is crazy how much these cows eat. I mean, I'm very nervous about whether or not we're going to keep up with this. But you know, let's go to bed for the night. Check on the cows in the morning. See if we still have. Hopefully, we'll still have all of our cows left. But it is supposed to snow. It looks like too. So tomorrow we'll maybe, you know, have to consider stopping by the shop, giving them a call in the morning, and seeing if they have any, you know, plows in stock. But yep. See you guys in the morning. All right, good morning, guys. I know it's really, really early, but I just wanted to get up and kind of make sure, do a quick check on the cows, make sure that they're doing all right. We have a little bit of light snow happening right now, so nothing too crazy. I think we'll still be able to get around the farm just fine, but I am going to, like I said, give the dealer a call in a few hours when they open, since the snow does not seem like it's going to stop anytime soon. I want to see if they got a plow for us that we can, you know, clear this yard, clear the road out to the main road to get to our other barn. And yeah, we'll see. So it looks like, oh, look at this. Oh, they're all sleeping. Oh, good night, guys. I hope they're sleeping. I mean, yeah, okay. There's still some food left in this one, but I still think we're gonna need so much more food. Oh, yep, they're awake. Good morning, guys. Didn't mean to wake you. Stop shining the light in their face. All right, but anyway, let's give it a shot here. Let's see how we are doing in terms of food. All right. Not as bad as I thought, except for this big cow barn. These guys are just, these brown Swiss, man, they're just eating like crazy. So I think we'll have to make a couple of stops over here. And look at this. They've already filled, oh my goodness. they've already just about filled the milk. I mean, I guess there are 200 cows here. There's double than, you know, some of these other ones. But man, look at that. Just we got to get the tanker. Man, I got to spend so much money today. I think I might have to even think about taking out a loan on some of this, but we got to get some of this sold, probably lease a truck, lease a slurry container. Even the slurry's getting up there. I mean, man, we got some things to do. So let's not waste any time today. You know, man, so many things to do. Okay, but you know what? I think we have our first day down. The cows are doing all right. Food is doing all right for right now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and just call it an episode for today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you're enjoying the series. This is super fun. You know, I'm excited that we finally have the cows here and we actually have to start putting in some real hard work. My goal is to get through a year. I want to get through 1 year with 1,000 cows and see if we could do it. I feel like we can. You know, I mean, we did lose a lot of money overnight due to water consumption, but we're also about to gain a ton of money from selling that milk and selling some of that slurry. So I'll catch you guys in the next episode. We'll get the day started. In the meantime, hope you all can't talk. Sorry. Hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See you later.